Hey everyone, this is Mondragon with PlutusX. We're going to be going over Fibonacci sequences, Fibonacci extensions, and Fibonacci retracements. Now these are one of the tools that are commonly used within trading, and for you to fully understand this, you need to master structure, both trend lines and support and resistance. That being said, let's just dive right into it. So who is Fibonacci? Leonardo, also known as Fibonacci, is a widely known European mathematician in the Middle Ages who wrote the Book of Calculations around 1202 AD. Now this is the Fibonacci sequence. I'm not going to go through it, it's a little bit cumbersome. And the sequence isn't that important to us, it's the ratio that we care about. And the ratio is taking a ratio of the sequence. And when we create that ratio, we get two things. We get two numbers, We get the retracement, and then we also get the extension. Now I use a different variation of an extension tool, which is essentially using retracements as well. That being said, understanding both of these mechanisms would be extremely beneficial for you to producing a successful and accurate trading strategy. So this is what matters. We got retracements and extensions. A Fibonacci retracement is when traders use the retracement levels as potential support and resistant areas within that trend. Similarly, traders use Fibonacci extension levels as a profit-taking levels. So essentially targets for your actual trade itself. But like I said, my extension tool is a different variation of the retracement, and we'll show you as a 3-point extension tool, which is still using the retracements. And it's also a way for us to once again find support in resistant areas, potential support in resistant areas, emphasis on the potential. So since many of these traders watch these same levels and place buy and sell orders on these levels and create supports, take profits, stop losses and such based on these resistant levels, the potential of these particular levels becoming more accurate is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you remember back from my previous videos, I talked about how trader psychology dominates the majority of the markets. Majority of the actual traders are retail traders, therefore trader psychology is imperative to understand. And if majority of the traders are using these very same tools, the probability of these tools once again becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy increases exponentially. So these are retracements and how to find a retracement. We're going to go over the theory for both of the retracements and extensions, then dive into the charts to show you some application. So how to find retracements. In order to find these Fibonacci retracement levels, you have to find the recent swing highs and the recent swing lows. For downtrends, and remember, swing highs in the previous video, swing lows are peaks and valleys, support and resistance within that particular trend. Downtrends, you click the swing high and drag the cursor to the most recent swing low. For uptrends, you do the exact opposite. You click on the swing low and drag the cursor to the most recent swing high. And this is kind of going over the retracements. We can see here the British pound on the 4-hour chart that we have a swing high, which is where the left cursor is at, and then a swing low where the right bubble is at. Now this is bringing you the Fibonacci retracement levels, or the ratio of that particular leg. So this is the leg itself, and we're giving you the ratio of this leg from 100% to 0%. Now the retracement levels, or using the Fibonacci sequence ratios, we get these support numbers. Remember we're talking about here? These ones are the most commonly used, and therefore we should look out for those levels as well. Now, these retracement levels are not significant alone. Remember, we're using these in conjunction with our other trading tools to help build a case for buying, selling, or exiting a trade. So for this particular case, we see that we have a 50% level being held as a resistance zone. And if we look left, the chart leaves clues. We can see that we actually have support and resistance zones around here as well. So it kind of makes sense for us to be seeing such resistance at the 50 level. Now, the 50% level isn't the level that you're going to see all the time. Sometimes you might see it at the 38%, sometimes you might see it at the 76%. Once again, we're using structure and other technical indicators in conjunction with Fibonacci's to create a case for entering and exiting trades. So extensions, they're very similar. Now I remember I use a 3-click extension tool, which is still using retracements. However, if you use a regular extension tool, it's just as follows. In order to find these Fibonacci extension levels, you need to have the recent swing highs and the recent swing lows. For me, I use the 3-click extension tool, and these particular extensions can be used as target zones with high level of accuracy for take profits. So once again, it's a great tool for us to use as target zones, but it's also a good tool to find support and resistance zones within the particular trend as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just go explore the charts right away. You gotta get a better understanding and grasp what's going on here. Now we're gonna start going into advanced patterns later on, and advanced patterns such as harmonics. We have an ABCD pattern right here, and harmonics patterns, ABCD patterns, they're commonly using Fibonacci sequences for you to develop and build these particular patterns. And the reason why these patterns are great is because they have a high level of accuracy. As you can see here, we built up this pattern with a buy zone around here, and these green lines were our take profit zones. So we had 4 take profit zones, and you can see the level of accuracy that these patterns hold, because it blew past all 4 of these take profit zones without any particular problem at all. So let's go in and see what's going on here, and you can actually see with the tool here on TradingView, go into TradingView and then explore the charts. That's honestly the only way you're really going to get better at seeing price action immediately, and also learning how to use these Fibonacci sequences with accuracy. Remember, you could use them and place them on the chart, and if you're using them alone, the likelihood of you becoming accurate or profitable diminishes incredibly fast. If you're using these tools in conjunction with price action alone, profitability goes up, accuracy goes up. If you're using them in conjunction with price action such as structure and support, in addition to like other technical analysis tools like EMAs and RSIs, once again, the level of accuracy goes up exponentially. You can see that it actually has the Fibonacci level right here. So this is the leg, and this is the Fibonacci's level of this particular leg right here, the X to C leg. So let's go into our tools and look at retracements. If we go down here, swing high, swing low. Oops, I did it wrong. Swing low to swing high. Let's just say that price had not moved. It was still here, and we weren't unsure. We want to make sure that the ascending order is going towards the trend. If not, then we're going to have to use the extension tool. That means it's going downward, the trend is going down. So depending on where the trend goes, you want to make sure the descending order is going appropriately placed. So we have our Fibonacci here, and the levels are over here. So let's see what levels are most significant based on structure. So if we look left from this leg going left, the chart leaves clues, right? So we have support here. So that's why we have this green line as a potential zone. We have support touching here again and support touching here again as this zone. So what level is this? Well, this is our 38.2% retracement zone. So we can have a certain level of accuracy that there's going to be a high probability of it actually coming and converging at this particular point. Remember, we're using Fibonacci in conjunction with price action. We could see that it does exactly that. So this is a great level for us to take profit. Now, if we want to look at reversals, we could do the same thing. If we look left and the chart leaves clues, we can see here at around the 80% to the 100%, we have some resistance. We have more resistance around here, and then accumulated resistance around here. And that leads us to close around the 88% zone. And if you look at that, we actually do see some resistance in this area. It comes down momentarily only to come back straight up. However, if we were using this in conjunction as a reversal tool, we would have some level of accuracy depending on where the take profit was at. So if we had anticipated the take profit to be down here, unfortunately we would have been lost. But that's why we're continuously doing technical analysis, making sure that these trade setups have not only an entry zone but also an exit zone that appropriately placed with appropriate stop losses in place as well to prevent and mitigate our loss. So that's really simple. The only way you're going to get better at these tools is actually going out onto the charts, suggest using TradingView, and just going out exploring and using them. So if you have not mastered structured yet, then I strongly suggest that you master structure, both resistance, support, and trend lines. Once you get those, using tools like Fibonacci's becomes exponentially easier. And then on the next video, we're going to be talking about EMAs. And EMAs, or moving averages in general, are another great way to have a dynamic trend line. And a dynamic trend line is just that. It's a dynamic trend line, which allows you to be more modular and a little bit more accurate than a particular trend line itself. So we're going to learn how to use these tools in conjunction to build a profitable trading strategy. I strongly suggest you just learn and master structure support first before you go on the charts and start mastering these other indicators and tools. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.